There are a bunch of Gen Zers talking about how they feel like they're aging worse than millennials or sometimes even their parents, and so much so it has even made it to the New York Times. So let's discuss. I feel like there are probably a few things at play here. First off, this obsession with preventative Botox and using filler and all this stuff in your 20s or even in your teens, it has really got to stop. It is aging you. And even though it may look good in the short term, by the time you're in your late 20s or early 30s, you are likely going to look much older than you really are. With Botox, dermatologists are warning that when you freeze these muscles here, it actually causes some of your other muscles to compensate on your face. So you can end up getting wrinkles in other areas of your face that you wouldn't ordinarily get. And also the skin, it's paralyzed, so it becomes weak. And over time, it may actually be more lax. And finally, stress. If I had to go through my childhood with social media and the constant onslaught of horrific world events and perfectly filtered faces, I would be stressed AF, and also my premature aging would be through the roof too. So I completely get it, but you guys need to learn how to meditate, how to chill, and how to turn your phone off. Airplane mode is there for a reason.
Stop that shit, bro. Stop, bro. You just clean it up. Just clean it. That's what you do. Holy shit.
A lot of men are becoming lazy in dating. They're becoming lazy in the pursuit because there's no appreciation for what they do. And now women have these super high entitlement level thoughts that they deserve to be brought to freaking Bora Bora on their first date. And it's like, who are you to even ask for that?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
What value have you brought to that man? Women are ruining good men by acting like they deserve more than they do.
We're not lazy. We are exhausted. And I believe the rest of the sane world is right there with us, even if many of us are still too simpish or shy to say it out loud. There are a lot of reasons why men wouldn't cash in on a date or lifelong union with a Western woman. That part is obvious. From alimony, to the child support hustle, to infidelity, to the many other things that make it far from worth the hassle. But perhaps the most significant is that the little computer we all have in our hands makes every man a bit of a fortune teller. All we have to do is open it up, scroll for 3 seconds, and we can see what the future holds for all of these women who claim to have it all under control. And while we use this relatively new tool to look for the warning signs, women approaching or hitting the wall, in this way, do us all a huge favor by showing us exactly what happens when they're given the liberty to express every nonsensical thought and indulge in any activity at a moment's notice. Finally, it looks like the more conservative and traditional countries have had their fill, and they don't want any part in it. Like this story that lit up about a woman in the UK doing unsavory things for attention in Spain. British model has been branded mental and warned she should leave Spain for her own safety after filming herself taking off her knickers and leaving them as souvenirs in Costa holiday hotspots, including a supermarket bread counter.
Yeast infections.
Chloe Lopez is fast making a name for herself in Britain's favorite holiday destination with her selfie online videos showing her taking off her thong panties and placing them in unexpected places. Her latest stunt, in which she whipped off a pair of pink knickers and left them in a bread roll tray in a Mercadona supermarket in front of an astonished customer before waltzing off with a smile on her face, has enraged locals. Spaniards were trolling the pretty brunette online today as they called on police to take action. One said in a chilling warning, "If we catch you in Spain in the supermarket doing this, we'll drag you down all the aisles by your hair." Damn, that escalated quickly. But in the grand scheme of things, all of this probably should have happened sooner. Spain is definitely an interesting place. I spent some time there, and the geography has definitely left pockets of people who won't tolerate what they find to be religiously horrifying. It's one of the few areas in Europe where, at least in this case, they haven't completely lost their minds. This woman is coming out of the UK, which, if you've seen in our recent videos, is busy trying to make words a crime, promoting the idea that women can do anything, and if young men oppose any development, they're likely to be reconditioned in some office in a couple months. It's the kind of philosophy that makes women think it's okay to spread a new plague with how much they get around, with little to no repercussions. Before we go on with the video, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to William NA 5800, who shared, "They've built nothing, fought for nothing, became nothing, and are worth nothing. They sure have a lot of nothing going on for their attitudes." They got nothing to bring to the table to back up all this talk. That's the truth. So thank you for dropping that comment, and please don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always, guys, I'll be checking out the comments and picking one from each video. It might be the funniest, the most liked, or just one that stuck out to me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you could be our very next winner. So be sure to hit that like and sub button too, as that helps out a ton. And also, guys, we got a backup channel now linked in the description. I'll be posting similar stuff there too, so subscribe to that just in case. Link is right down below. Now, back to the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
Why should I not sleep with 18-year-old? I slept with the 122 college boys.
I just want to make sure you get this right. How many days?
Just over 2 weeks. So yeah, it was a lot a day, if you're trying to do the maths.
Did you just approach them in the street?
I'd already gone on social media, done TikTok, Instagram posts, say, hey, I'm coming to the Grand Oasis, which is like a main hotel a lot of the spring breakers go to. Like, basically, come and find me and let's make a video. When I got there, everyone already sort of knew who I was.
So what was the most in one day?
22.
You did what now?
22 in one day?
Yeah.
I mean, was there any concerns over any VD?
I get tested like every 2 weeks, so...
But you didn't test them?
No. What is wrong? If they're consenting, they're enjoying it, they're reaching out to me.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you certainly look like one, but that's expected by women approaching the wall. Whether it be posting non-stop makeup tutorial rants or straight up stripping in foreign grocery stores, the clock makes women crazy. I mean, come on, the chick in this story is going to actual businesses, run by small families, and planting her dirty laundry on their food thinking she just gave them a gift. You can make this into satire, and if it weren't so prevalent, you'd seriously think this was too much of an exaggeration. That's how bad the situation is getting. The story continues with, referring to the supermarket incident, he added, "You should be reported because you've committed a public health crime that could lead to the supermarket concerned suffering financial losses."
That is correct.
Another writing on Chloe's Instagram where she describes herself as your fave Brit and has posted several videos showing her taking off her knickers in public places and leaving them as donations, said in English. Reported to police, "You are viral for the wrong reasons. I bet your family is proud."
Solid.
Although many of her recent stunts have been identified locally as occurring in Spain, a recent video the globe-trotting beauty posted showed her leaving a pair of pink knickers on top of an upmarket bar in the Mexican holiday resort of Tulum in front of an astonished waitress. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Jesus Christ. Just when I think the authors of these articles can't get any more delusional, one of them decides to go ahead and say that the woman leaving her stained underwear for people to pick it up is a, quote, globe-trotting beauty. I had to double check, and yes, the writer of this trash is a simp named Gerard Cousin. Well, Gerard, way to sell out the men here, bud. You're a real hero. One of the biggest issues plaguing the West right now is the women and simps that cheer these aging chicks on as they completely debase themselves. It's the only explanation for why a woman like this would strut around tainting food in bars with the claim that she's a brave Brit. See, for feminists like this, any act of depravity that takes zero effort is enough in their minds to get a Purple Heart. They consider themselves warriors, all while they try and harass government institutions for jailing men who question the disgusting activities. And here's what we have to show for it.
What the are you doing?
I'm just doing my hair. No, I'm just doing my hair!
Like, get out now. Get out.
I was just trying to do my fucking hair.
What have you done?
Just do my makeup.
Nah. What the are you doing, mate?
Sentence, death.
A woman is always less valuable than the man. Where does a woman derive her value from? Her looks. Looks fade. Women as a collective have the man believe he's less valuable than the woman, and it's ingenious. It's the great female con to make a man believe that she is more valuable when in reality, the man is almost always more valuable. Looks fade. How can something destined to go away be more valuable than a man when a man's value is based on his utility, which he could have a utility at 70 years old? You will see a 70-year-old man with a 20-year-old woman, but you'll never see a 70-year-old woman with a 20-year-old man. What's most valuable in society about most women is something that always goes away, which makes the man by default always with the potential to be more valuable.
And this is just a fact. There's no way around it, ladies. Men are the only ones in the West that contribute to society anymore. While they lose fingers and toes operating heavy machinery, chicks walk around acting like boss babes even though their primary source of income either involves legal corruption or dropping their dirty clothes in an old man's soup. At this point, the women hitting the wall don't just have zero value, they are a net negative in terms of what they bring into the world. They damage the reputation of businesses, steal, leverage kids, and encourage generational hardship, all so that they can feel like the main character in their horrible movie. The story continues with, in a previous video, she says while she finishes up a Coke at a picture postcard beach bar, I've just finished at the best beach bar in town. I'm going to leave them a little tip for some great service. She finishes up by taking off her thong panties and leaving them on the table before walking towards the sea.
Elaine, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
In her latest online video posted to her Instagram, 179,000 followers, she pulls off the same stunt saying, I'm back in the supermarket again and I'm going to leave a little donation with the hot dogs before chuckling and walking away.
So funny.
A spokesman for one of the Spanish supermarkets where Chloe is said to have left her underwear was quoted today as saying, we are aware of the incident and our executives and lawyers have, of course, been informed so they can decide how to proceed. I could give them some tips on how to proceed, but the language I'd use would get me banned on every continent. Look, a lot of people are doing whatever they can to go viral these days. That part isn't exclusive to women. You see young guys embarrassing the whole tribe by going out and knocking over gift card stands and other stuff. It's cringeworthy. But the levels that these aging women climb to achieve this pipe dream, well, it's night and day. And why? Because most Western countries, from where I'm sitting, don't hold any of these mentally ill wall jumpers accountable, and that's a huge problem. Let's just put the shoe on the other foot for a second to make the point clear. Let's say we have a guy named Albert, a 35-year-old male accountant who has a weird compulsion to drop tro and snap his 2-day-old briefs in the produce aisle every time he goes out for dinner ingredients. He starts putting it on TikTok, thinking it's just this cute spectacle that everyone loves. Now, is there any reality where Albert would be able to take this operation global? Would anyone stand by while a man coming into his 40s decides to leave a bartender a tip with his overused Fruit of the Loom boxers? Of course not. They'd hogtie him and drag him through the streets before promptly locking him up in a prison cell for 10 years. But because this is a chick, the legal team in Spain is tiptoeing around because most institutions will burn you for crossing an arbitrary line. For too long, society has accepted the false idea that women like this are equipped to handle anything, that they can just go out and succeed without a man present. It's why we don't have Western stability, and we're left with this.
Question for the boys. How much does an oil change cost? Because they told me that I needed special oil because I drive a Volkswagen, so it's like $162. Is that normal? Can someone tell me? Because I'm just a girl.
Okay, this is funny as hell to me, but you get my point, as well as a question. What do you get when you tell an entire demographic that naturally can't work past 25 that's thrown into the workforce with the idea that they can somehow handle it? Well, you get escorts, you get influencers, you get middle-aged women claiming that they make an honest living, only to throw their underwear on hot dogs, bread, and publicly used services, while sitting down at the end of the day like there's some North Dakota farmer saying all in hard day's work. To these chicks, it's funny, it's cute, and it's harmless. And when an entire country comes out to say that it isn't, they're so brainwashed that they think they're just haters. It's why we see so many of them hop on this silly podcasts, ready to form an argument for why spreading it for thousands of simps is somehow peak entrepreneurship. Well, here are the facts, ladies. Nobody really cares. The only time people get pissed off is when the damage becomes collateral in nature. It's why men don't even play the game anymore. We see what lies at the end of the tunnel, and nobody thinks it's remotely worth it. So, we aren't holding back.
What about you? Take off the hat. Let me see your hair.
See my hair? What's up?
All right.
Take off your wig. Let me see yours.
Gotcha, bitch. You know, I'm starting to think that the main problem nowadays is that men are being told what a real man is by a woman who had no father.
Ladies, stick to having fun in your own way. We know that nobody, not even a whole country, can tell you to stop. Meanwhile, we'll be having fun our way, by not endorsing this crap, and using our money in ways that don't fund the downfall of civilization. In a decade or two, you'll regret it. We've seen it before. The only difference is that no man will be there to catch you during the fall. That's on you. And if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. So please don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that subscribe button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down below in the description, so we can be sure our message will keep on reaching the new men out there. I appreciate all the support, y'all.